A very important question for each one of you. Are you one of those who feel hesitant to start a conversation? Who do not know? Are you one of those people who do not know what should I say to begin a conversation with somebody? And are you one of those as well who feel awkward when you have to say tata bye bye in a conversation because you're rushing, because you have a lot of work to do? Hi everyone, my name is Hridhaan, and in today's lesson, I bring to you some phrases that you can use to initiate a conversation and to end a conversation. So, this lesson is about how to perfectly start a conversation and end a conversation. Let's have a look at the aims of this lesson. In this lesson, we will understand the useful English phrases to start and end our conversation. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. The first list that we will understand today is about starting a conversation. A lot of people feel, oh my God, here is one person that I really want to talk to, let's say in a party or at a conference or at a business meeting, but you feel hesitant. You do not know the right language to start the conversation with that person. Now here, let's have a look at the first phrase that you can make use of to do that. Long time no see. Well, this is one particular phrase that you cannot use with strangers, right? It's going to be funny because you're like, long time no see, and the person's like baffled and the person feels scared because the person does not know you. This phrase can only be used with your and friends and family. So I'm just going to write fam here. This phrase can only be used with friends and family. If you have not met, or let's say acquaintances as well, if you did not meet that person for a very long time, that's when you can say, long time no see. Very interesting phrase. It has been a very long time and I have not seen you. Very good way to initiate a conversation. The next phrase in the list of starting a conversation is this your first time here? Now, this is a question that you can put forth with a stranger. You can basically ask the stranger and say, is this your first time here? You've been looking forward to talking to that person because because you think that you find that person attractive. In that scenario, you can use this phrase, is this your first time here? So you're using it for a stranger or an acquaintance that you have not spoken with. And you're saying, I think I've not seen you in this party before. Have you come? And I've been attending these parties for a long time. Have you come here for the first time? Very good way to start a conversation. Very polite, nice, non-intrusive way to start a conversation. Next one is, do you come here often? Quite similar to, is this your first time here? Well, here what you can say is, you have seen that person in the party or in the meeting for a long time and you feel quite attracted towards that person and you want to talk to that person. So in such a scenario, you can say, do you come here often? Quite similar. Do you come here often? The person will say yes or no, and the conversation will take on from there itself. Very nice way to initiate a conversation. The next phrase is, hello, I wanted to introduce myself. Can I tell you one thing? This is, I think, one of my favorite phrases, and I've used this phrase a lot of times in my life. Whenever I have to talk to somebody, don't stand in awkwardness and be like, you're hoping that you will run into that person and then you will start speaking to that person. No, no, no. Good conversationalists and good people with good communication skills never do that. So make sure that you are a confident person and that you are somebody who starts things and not wait for things to happen to you. So you say, hello, I wanted to introduce myself. Could I do that? And the person feels quite relaxed as well. It is a nice way to start. The last phrase that we have here is, hi, do you have a minute? Very interesting phrase again. These two are quite favorite here. Hi, do you have a minute? So you're asking the person, hi, can I take one moment from you because I wanted to, let's say, introduce myself or ask a question or appreciate or compliment you. This is a very, very nice way to start a conversation. So here are the top 5 phrases that I have brought to you in this lesson that you can use to start a conversation. Make sure you tell me in the comment section below which one is your favorite and which one you're going to use very, very soon. Let us now look at the second part of the lesson. In the second part, we will understand how to end a conversation. Ending is very important as well, my friends. Agreed, disagreed. Absolutely, it's very important. A lot of times when you're talking to somebody, you are rushing for a meeting, or let's say you have to go home very soon, and you're talking to a colleague, but you can't say that you have to rush because, let's say, it's a boss or an important friend. In such a situation, I bring to you these phrases that you can use to end a conversation. The first phrase is, I don't want to keep you any longer. That means, I do not wish to. It's a very polite way of speaking English, first of all. So, in this way, you're not offending the person, and you're not also making the conversation uncomfortable. And you're saying, I would not want to keep the both of us in the conversation anymore because, let's say, the person automatically gets the sign that you're rushing to a place or you have something important to do. In such a situation, you can use this sentence. So, I don't want to keep you any longer, and I think let's meet soon. Let's meet tomorrow. Very nice way to start the ending of the discussion. Next one is, I let you carry on then. In this, let's say you ran into somebody, for example, let's say a coffee shop, and you started a conversation. Now it's time to end, and you want to move because you have a friend waiting on the other table. And so you tell the person, so I will let you carry on then. I think it's time for me to move. Very nice phrase to talk about the ending of a conversation. Try using this because it is very good. I let you carry on then. The next phrase that we have is, thanks again for the lovely evening or great time. Now, thanks again. Why are you thanking the person again? Because you have thanked the person a lot of times already, and this time it's time that you suggest. So you're starting with the thanks, and this time you're suggesting that, hey dude, hey babe, it's time for me to move. And so, thanks for the lovely time and great evening. It is quite predominantly used. People use it a lot of times, but we cannot negate, we cannot cancel the fact that it is still a very valid and very important phrase that you can use to end your conversation with the person. And finally, in the next one here is, I have got to go. I've got to get going. It's quite a polite and quite an exact way of saying, quite a straightforward way of saying that it's time for me to move on because I have some other commitments. So you say, I've got to get going. One more time, I have got to get going. When you say I have, make sure that you contract it as well. And it becomes I've got to get going. Not I have got to get going. It is I've got to get going. And finally, the last phrase that we have is, I shall now roll out or head out. Now, these are very important phrasal verbs that you can use to say tata bye-bye. Now, you don't say, I need to go now. When people say, I need to go now, it's not at all polite, first of all. And in such a scenario, you can say, I need to roll out, I'm sorry, or I need to head out. Shall is a very polite way to start a sentence. When you use shall, it looks formal and it looks polite. And so you're saying, I shall now roll out or I shall now head out. This was all about starting a conversation and ending a conversation. Thanks for being with me in this lesson. If you liked all of these phrases, do use them and make sure that you speak confident English, natural English, and charming English. Thank you very much and have a great day ahead. Mwah.